Before there were mountains, before there were rivers, before humans looked upon the stars, there was only darkness and endless water. The ancient Egyptians called this first existence Nun, the limitless ocean of chaos that existed before creation itself. There was no land to stand on, no sky above, no sun to bring light. There was only silence. But from this endless darkness, something began to awaken. A force, older than the gods themselves, began to rise. This was Atum, the first creator. According to the priests of Iunu, the ancient city later known as Heliopolis, Atum existed alone within the waters of Nun. He carried within himself the power to create everything that would ever exist. But there was no earth, no sky, no life, only Atum and the endless emptiness around him. The birth of creation, Atum brought himself into existence through his own divine power. Rising from the waters, he appeared upon the first piece of dry land, the Benben, the sacred mound that represented the beginning of creation. Standing upon this first land, Atum looked into the emptiness and decided that the universe could no longer remain silent. From Atum came the first pair of gods. He created Shu, the god of air, and Tefnut, the goddess of moisture. Together, they represented the forces that would allow life to exist. But in the darkness of the early world, Shu and Tefnut became separated from Atum. The creator god searched the endless waters for them, fearing they had been lost forever. When they finally returned, Atum rejoiced. His tears of happiness fell upon the earth, and from those tears came humanity. The first people were born from the emotions of the creator himself, the birth of the sky and earth. Shu and Tefnut later gave birth to two powerful gods, Geb, the god of the earth, and Nut, the goddess of the sky. At first, Geb and Nut were locked together in an eternal embrace. The earth and the sky were united, leaving no space for life to grow. So Atum commanded Shu to separate them. Shu lifted Nut high above the earth, creating the heavens. Geb remained below, becoming the foundation of the world. For the first time, there was a space between the sky and the earth. A place where life could exist. The world was no longer a place of darkness and chaos. It had order. It had balance. It had Ma'at, the divine harmony that the ancient Egyptians believed held the universe together. The gods of the New World. From Geb and Nut came some of the most famous gods in Egyptian mythology. They gave birth to Osiris, the god of kingship and the afterlife; Isis, the goddess of magic and protection; Seth, the god of storms, chaos and conflict; and Nephthys, the goddess of mourning and guardianship. These gods would shape the stories of Egypt for thousands of years. Their battles, their sacrifices, and their struggles reflected the eternal struggle between order and chaos. The meaning of the myth. To the people of ancient Egypt, the creation of the world was not just a story about the beginning of time. It was a reminder that order could rise from chaos. Every sunrise was a victory of creation over darkness. Every flood of the Nile was a reminder of renewal. Every living thing was connected to the first moment when Atum stood upon the first land and brought existence into being. The priests of Iunu believed the universe was not created once and forgotten. Creation was happening every day. Each morning when the sun appeared over the horizon, the world was being reborn. Closing. Long before modern science tried to explain the origins of the universe, ancient Egyptians looked into the darkness and imagined a beginning. A world of endless waters. A single creator. A first spark of life. And from that spark came everything. The gods, humanity, the earth, and the heavens. This was the creation story of Iunu. The story of how the ancient Egyptians believed the world began.